It's almost unbelievable, but the first half of 2024 is already over. Plenty of good games were launched in the first 6 months, so there was no shortage of titles to play. These are the best scoring games of 2024 so far. For this list, we specifically look at the highest rated games of 2024 based on OpenCritic. Of course, we only look at the games that were actually released this year. As a result, releases such as Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition for the PC are excluded. Let's head to the list. On number 5 we've got Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has a score of 90 on OpenCritic, putting it in the 5th place. The new fighting game from Bandai Namco was released at the end of January and was immediately showered with great scores. The 8th part in the long-running series is seen as one of the highlights of the series. Tekken 8 is actually seen as an evolution of Tekken rather than a minor update compared to the previous part. The rage system returns with a good improvement and the visual splendor has been lifted to a new level. Number 4. Minishoot Adventures with a score of 91. Although 2024 seems to be the year of big blockbusters so far, small indie title Minishoot Adventures has recently made a big impression. This twin-stick shooter mixes bullet hell with old-fashioned Zelda nostalgia. At least that's the impression you get when you see the game for the first time. Like a small spaceship, you explore a colorful world full of challenging enemies that constantly bombard you with bullets. Bosses are of course part of this, so you have to be constantly alert to every environment. How you explore the world of Minishoot Adventures is completely up to you, and with a few hours of fun, it will be well worth the time and effort. Number 3. Balatro with a score of 92. Although not everyone is familiar with poker, Balatro knows how to appeal to both laymen and experts. This indie title takes the basics of poker but constantly gives you ways to bend the rules to your advantage with every hand you play. In Balatro, just like in poker, you are presented with cards and asked to play the best hand. The better the hand, the more points you earn. When you reach a certain number of points, you defeat your opponent. Winning means earning money, and you spend that money on upgrades to your favor that will allow you to earn more points faster. In this way, the deck builder constantly manages to tickle your adrenaline muscle. You carefully choose each playable hand based on the upgrades you purchased, and when you see the points pile up quickly, you create a euphoric feeling that you only find in the few games released this year. Number 2. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with a score of 93. One of the games that manages to provide those euphoric moments is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This gigantic JRPG from Square Enix is the second part in this remake trilogy of the 1997 game that was revolutionary for the genre at the time. The adventure with Cloud, Tifa, Aerith and the rest continues. This time the Midgar is exchanged for a gigantic open world with plenty of extras to discover. In terms of diversity, there's more than enough to do, while the improved combat system is still far from boring after 70 hours. The story of the game is very strong, although it takes some time to get going. In combination with numerous mini-games and a soundtrack that covers you like a velvet blanket, it is logical that the game is currently one of the highest rated games of 2024 so far. And then on the first place we have Shadow of Erdtree with a score of 94. 2 years ago, From Software released its magnum opus, Elden Ring. All the lessons learned from the Dark Souls games were rolled into one package and expanded with a massive open world and lore co-authored by George R.R. Martin. And in 2024, the studio shows that it has not forgotten the first and only expansion for Elden Ring. As we would expect from a DLC from Software, players of Shadow of Erdtree will encounter a new world, new weapons and spells and new bosses. But that's a major understatement of the package players are treated to. The Lands of Shadow is enormous, and with all the new content that has been added, Shadow of Erdtree can almost be seen as a completely new game. Well guys, this is how far the list goes. Let me know what you think about the list. What games have you played? What games are you going to play? If you enjoyed the video, press like and hit subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.